Hey y'all, Sugar Linda Janine. I'm back for another video, another review of Baddies East. When I tell y'all, they gonna make me stop watching this damn show. This episode was just it was just horrible. It was just bad. It was a mess. It was so unnecessary. I'm gonna let's just get into it. So the show starts out. Y'all notice I'm not in my red robe. I'm not in my robe today. My mom was like, you wearing a robe on YouTube? So I got a shirt on. I did something different. Okay. Anyway, so the show starts out with Smiley sitting outside and Tasiki comes out and they pretty much do the recap session that they always have. And Tasiki was asking Smiley, what does she feel about the other girls? How does she feel about Biggie? And she's basically like, I feel like Biggie is a little, sometimes, a little extra sometimes, but she seems like she's a cool person. And Tasiki said she felt like she just misunderstood. And then Smiley said she felt the same way about, well, Vicky. And I was like, okay. I don't see it, but okay. Okay. And they pretty much ended the conversation. That was it. So we move on to the Mean Girls house or whatever. They come out and they start talking about what happened the night before Bobby's murder. He pulled up, it was lit, da 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 da. Oh, and Tasiki and Smiley did talk about how it's pretty much just a lot of drama going on. They're not worried about getting paid. Tasiki said, child, she said none of these fights have been real fights in her book, honey, because you not leaving with a black eye or a broken nose or all y'all do is pulling wigs. She said all this kitty cat stuff, it can just go out the window. Why are we not talking about the bag? Why aren't y'all talking about the bag? You the only one talking about the bag, Tasiki. Anybody else even worried about that shit? So what's going on? Like, what's really good? But anyway, so back to the Mean Girl house or whatever. They talking and stuff, and the first thing these bitches bring up is tea. I'm just like, why are y'all still talking about tea? Why? Natalie's the first one that brought up tea. Natalie really is hating on tea hard. Like, yeah, Natalie, and it showed on this episode as well. She's hating on tea big time. Something about tea she don't like. She don't like it. So they started talking about how T came in and out the club and they didn't like that. I guess she stayed for 5 minutes and then she dipped out. So what? Y'all is like, what's really going on with T, y'all? So then E.T. says that she approached T at the club and was like, we can just go ahead and get over this shit. Like, it's not really that serious. And T was like, okay. And then E.T. gonna say, hopefully I can really get to know the true her and get to know her. And hopefully this has not been the real her this whole time. I'm just like, girl, I still don't understand, but whatever. And you really think that T gonna be your friend now? You really think that T is gonna sit over here and have a conversation with you and be kikiing? Girl, you done burnt that bridge. You burnt that bridge the first time y'all met. You didn't even give the girl opportunity to get to know her before you want to fight her. Girl, I don't want to be your damn friend. Fuck out of here. I don't want to get to know you, bitch, after all this shit done happened. No. So anyway, they start talking about Smiley, child. I'm just like, oh my God. If y'all didn't watch my previous sorry y'all, Lord, I'm on edible. If y'all don't watch my previous oh my gosh. Oh Lord. Whew, okay. If y'all don't watch my previous videos, then y'all know that how I feel about this damn situation with Smiley. Why do y'all care? Why does it matter? Why are y'all so pressed on this girl's pussy? Why? Why does it matter? If the girl said she had a miscarriage, she had a miscarriage. Who are y'all to sit up here? Okay, I'm going ahead. Anyway, they start talking about the miscarriage thing, and then Mariah Lynn, bitch, girl, we gonna get on you later. Mariah Lynn sitting up here talking about she knows for a fact she didn't have a miscarriage. I'm like, okay, how do you know that? They said, how do you know? Who told you? She was like, Tasiki. Seemed like she just kind of made up some shit to me personally. I was just like, oh, okay. Tasiki said she seen her putting a tampon in, and then Anna Mac been saying liar, liar. So that's your proof? That's your proof? I'm just like, what the fuck? So they said they're gonna address, of course, they're gonna address Smiley this episode. Then Mariah Lynn brings up a chain that she got snatched, that Smiley snatched her chain. This was before the show even had came on. I'm guessing this was before they had even started recording. And she talking about a damn chain that that Smiley snuck from her whenever they was fighting. So I'm like, okay, this whole entire season, you ain't never tried to get your chain, but now you want your chain? Okay, bitch. Anyway, so now she want the chain. She's talking about on the confessional, the chain is fake, but the pendants is real. That's right. That fucking chain is fake, bitch. That chain is fake. Don't even try it, okay? It's fake. You talking about I put the fake pendant, I put the real pendant in the fake chain because I wanted you to have a souvenir. What? You want her to have a souvenir? That's why you had the fake chain? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. That chain is fake, bro. The chain is fake. I don't even understand why you bringing that up now. Because you got these bitches in your face. Because you trying to pop your gums. She's like, now that I know that she has the pendant, it's up from there. I'm like, okay, so you didn't know she had it the whole time? But she posted a video saying, Mariah Lynn, I got your chain. But it took for somebody in production to tell you that she had your chain. And you didn't know the whole time. So now it's up from there. Bitch, you knew she had your shit. She posted that shit and put your hair wig piece right next to it and said, Mariah Lynn, I got your fake ass chain. So you knew she had it, bro. You knew she had it. They can miss me with this bullshit, bro. This show is getting on my fucking nerves. This show is irritating me like big time. This episode, I was irritated with the tea situation with the fighting, but this episode right here, it was just like jaw to the ground. How old are y'all? Like, that y'all are sitting over here doing this shit to people. Like, what is really going on? Okay, so anyway, so they said they're gonna address the situation with Smiley. Okay, next we got Anna Mac and Biggie. I think Anna Mac she doing the most. But from the first time Biggie showed her face on the scene, Anna Mac had a problem with Biggie. From the moment she walked through the door, Anna Mac sat there and said, you didn't even say hi to us. And she literally said, hey, queens. She has an issue with Biggie, an issue that she probably didn't already got from another season or something, because I don't understand what's the issue with Biggie. It's just like, what is it? Because she's Dominican, you don't want another Dominican girl on the show? What is it exactly? Like, what's your problem? So they pull up to the urgent care or whatever. She said Biggie was in the car telling her she an OG and talking all this stuff or whatever, which, hey, could be true. I don't know. It could be true. They showed him record that shit. So how do we know that it's real, what Anna Mac is saying? I don't know that shit is real. I wasn't there. So anyway, Anna Mac saying that Biggie is saying she an OG and all this stuff. She was talking at her, not to her. And so they walking into the damn urgent care. And Anna Mac is sitting there telling this nurse, whatever you got to do to get it done quickly, can you just do a shorter procedure so that way I can go ahead and get out of here type shit. And Biggie was looking at her like, girl, like, it was kind of, to me, it was coming off kind of rude to me how Anna Mac was talking to the nurse. And so Biggie was kind of like, well, you know, this was she was telling her, like, you know, she was kind of talking to the nurse or whatever. And Automatic walks off and she rolls her eyes or whatever. So Automatic ends up getting kicked out the hospital. That's how you know Automatic was showing her ass. Because how you get kicked out the hospital? Girl, you was doing the most. You was doing the most. Just keep it real, Anna. You was doing the most, baby. That's exactly why they kicked you out the hospital. Why they didn't kick Biggie out the hospital? But they kicked you out the hospital. You was doing some shit that you was doing something, bitch. You was doing something. And she said that she hit Biggie with a damn hospital blanket. I don't believe that shit, because I know it would have been they would have been boxing, because she not gonna sit here and hit me with no dang hospital blanket, and I don't have no issue with that. I feel like Biggie would have had an issue with that, and they probably would have been fighting, and both of their asses would have got kicked out of the hospital. But it was just Anna Mac. It was just her. So she all outside on the production, talking about this big fat bitch. She need to be running to the gym. Da, da, da. I'm just like, girl, I know you ain't talking, bitch. I know you ain't talking about nobody being big with your little toothpick ass. Sit your ass down, girl. Sit your ass down, because I don't think you really want it with Biggie. I just don't think it's gonna be a good fight. So she's mad or whatever. She says that Biggie told her to get a ride. Bitch, yeah, get a ride. If you don't want to be here, go ahead and get a fucking ride. Leave, bitch, if you don't want to be here. Go. I would have been on the same time too. Like, if you don't want to be here, girl, hey, y'all got her a ride, because she acting the damn fool. She getting on my damn nerves. What's wrong with that? And I think that Automatic definitely was acting a fool. So anyway, that scene cuts off. And then from there, I'm gonna say the next scene was T and Camilla and Sky. T was sitting there looking cute with her little pink on. Her hair was cute, and waiting on the car, because they met her. They had drove to meet her somewhere, and they sitting there talking. And I really feel like people maybe are mad because T has such a good energy, because she's a little extra. Yeah, she's a little annoying, but she wasn't on no, you know, she wasn't, I feel like that's just her personality. But she wasn't on no negative shit from the beginning. She was cool. Like, she wasn't really on no extra shit. So I don't understand what the problem is that they had with T personally. But she was just sitting there talking about it, and she said she feels like ET has a crush on her. Maybe she do want to eat your pussy, girl. Maybe she do. Because if I recall, when she was on South Central Baddies, honey, Krishan did not want to give her the time of day, and she was all up Krishan's ass when they first met. And when Krishan kind of dissed her, that's when she wanted to fight her. So she might be right about that. She might be right about that. And that she basically was just like, I'm probably not gonna come tonight to the house meeting, because every time we have a house meeting, it's some bullshit, which is true. And like Camilla said, like, I don't think that T is a fighter. I think that she will defend herself, which she has shown that she has defended herself this season, that she will defend herself. But I don't think that she's a fighter for real. I don't think she seemed like she's just trying to have a good time, honestly, and they mad, period. So that scene was over. She said, I'm not gonna make no promise that I can't keep, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna come. I'm just gonna say maybe. And she did not come, honey. She did not come. So then we get to Sukihana and Sapphire. I thought that I was gonna like Suki and Sapphire. And that's why I gotta stop saying that I like people, because they always do some shit that piss me off. Tasiki as well, to this episode, she pissed me off. And I always said that I like Tasiki, and I'm just gonna stop saying I like people, because they always end up doing some shit that made me be like, I don't like that bitch no more. I thought I was gonna like Suki and Sapphire. So anyway, they sitting in the car talking, and they talking about, basically Suki said she don't be around a whole bunch of girls. So, you know, she don't know how she feel about this group of girls and all that. They start talking about T, and talking about how Sapphire was kind of like trying to kind of insinuate that the girls were right for hitting on her. And then Suki was kind of like, no, like, even Natalie said that the girl was sick. Like, she's like, that's what she said. She said she was sick. I'm like, okay, Sapphire. Right there, it kind of was just like, All right. So she's talking about her car got repoed, child. Bitch, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing if your car is repo, bitch. How you gonna tell me anything? Anyway, so they did the car right there. They're going to meet Natalie. So they pull up to the house or whatever, and they're like, "Ooh, Natalie got a nice house. This house is nice." Da, 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 da. I'm like, "Bitch, that ain't her house. That ain't her house." So anyway, she was like, must be some good coochie. She must got some good coochie. I'm just like, okay, girl, everything ain't about the pussy, child. Everything ain't about the coochie. She might just be, that ain't her house anyway, first of all. Let's stop right there. That ain't her house. So anyway, this part right here was just so, it was just like cringe to me, literally. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is just so, so this is where I definitely was like, yeah, Natalie is hating on T. So she coming in and she pretty much telling them, she said she got to get them updated on what's been going on in the house. Why you got to get them updated on what's going on in the house? For what? For what? What's the point of you telling them your side of the story? Because she sat there and told it wrong. She sat there talking about rollie beat Biggie ass, which I do not think that is true. I think that if anything, it was a tie. She talking about T she's talking about ET got T by and just boom, boom. Girl, that's not what happened. That girl was not beating her ass like that. Just exaggerating the story so hard for the people that she likes. People that she fuck with. Exaggerating the story hard. So Suki was like, I really don't care to hear this shit, honestly. Like, I really don't care to hear this. You know, what was the point of that conversation? Then she gets up and tries to pretty much show how T acted when she came in the house. Bitches was coming in the house at one we didn't even know was supposed to be coming. And she walked in the house like, hi. It was just so, I was sitting there like, what am I watching? Like, this is just so cringy. It was just so cringy to me. So then they start talking about Smiley, child. And Suki said that Smiley called her phone and said that I got your friend Mariah Lynn's chain. So they talking about the miscarriage, they talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Suki said in the confessional that she was going to handle that on the back end. That's what she said, right? Okay. She said she was going to handle that on the back end. She said any beef that she got, she going to handle on the back end. So I don't know what happened, but that's not what happened. Okay. So they went downstairs or whatever to meet with the other girls. And they taking shots and stuff, talking about eating niggas' ass, all this extra shit. And baby, rollie, girl, this girl don't never wear pants. First of all, let's just point that out. When have we ever seen her in some pants? A nice two-piece set, something. Girl, this girl got her ass cheeks out. Girl, I said rollie, god damn, bitch, why why you gotta do this? Like, you making us big girls look bad, period. Why? And none of them girls is your fucking friend. Because they should have told your ass, no, rollie, this is not the outfit for you. But I guess they probably ain't gonna say that anyway. Because, I mean, we all in this era of, you know, wear what you want. You let it all hang out. And, baby, she let it all hang the fuck out, okay? You've seen so much. You seen so much, it was kind of disturbing. So much. I was like, oh my God, rollie, girl, what the fuck? Anyway, so baby, that cameraman was panning out like a mug trying to show rollie ass. Like, we got a good glimpse of her ass at least 10 times in this scene. More than that, really. So, talking about eating niggas' asses and stuff like that. And, the girls pull up or whatever the other girls pull up to the house, and Camilla was like, damn, like every time they get a house, it's just so nice. And are they trying to tell us something? Because it's like, What's really going on? And we wondering the same thing too, Camilla. Why do they always do that? And the way that they've been talking is definitely on purpose. So it is something to be said, because they're doing this shit on purpose. They made it obvious when they sent over talking about, this is the bad bitch house. This is the pretty girl's house. This is the baddie's house. That house over there. That's how they act. Like, that's how Natalie be talking too. That house over there is not... That's not us. We are over here, honey. This is the bad bitch house. It's just like, God damn, how old are y'all? Like, y'all acting like some damn Karens. Anyway, so Camilla was like, damn, what's really good with that? So they end up coming in the house. And they come downstairs with the girls. Everybody seems like it's such a good vibe, right? It seems like it's all good. Everybody's hugging. I've seen them hugging. I've seen people hugging everybody. Everybody, okay? We get another glimpse of Rollie's ass. And then they say, hey, y'all, let's do a shot. Let's do a shot. So here comes Natalie. Where's Biggie? Where's Biggie at? So Automatic is like, she starts telling her little bitch ass story. But she did tell her story in the van too. She told her story to Camilla and them while they was on the way to the house. And I'm just like, girl, it really don't, it gives nobody give a damn. Like, you putting 10 on 20. Don't nobody care. So she starts explaining herself or whatever. And somehow, child, it gets so this is Biggie. So, Smiley, speaking of hospitals, something tells me that you are lying about that miscarriage. She's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Lying about what? Lying about your miscarriage. Do you have discharge papers? I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Are you really... First of all, I don't have to prove a motherfucking thing to none of you. I don't have to prove myself to none of y'all. I don't have to show y'all no damn discharge papers. I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to prove nothing to none of y'all. The fact that she sat there and tried to explain herself to these girls that she really don't know like that, it said something to me. It said to me that this girl didn't want no problems. She didn't want to fight. She didn't want no problems like that with y'all. But it's like, she sat there and tried to explain herself and said she used to be on perks and her man or something came out of jail. He went back to jail, something, and she hadn't had a period for 3 months. And she's trying to explain herself. While she's trying to explain herself, here comes Biggie coming down the stairs. Sapphire, what's up, Biggie? What's up, Biggie? I'm just like, I don't really like this Sapphire girl. I don't really care for her at all. So Biggie comes downstairs and she's like, what's up, y'all? She ends up sitting down. And she's like, I don't really know what's going on. But once again, I see Biggie in some shit, starting some shit. Yeah, absolutely she was. So they asking for her discharge papers. They asking her 1,000,001 questions. And it's just like, what is going on? Why do this girl... You could tell she didn't want no issues because she sat there and explained herself. Like I said, most girls on this show, if Rollie would have came at them like that, it would have been like, bitch, I ain't got to explain a motherfucker. You know, they would have went in and it would have been a fight right off the bat. But Smiley sat there and tried to explain herself and tried to, you know, let these girls understand what was really going on. So somehow Suki gets involved or whatever. And she said she was going to handle this on the back end, right? I guess she changed her mind. She said she heard a lot of stuff about her. She's talking about she's not going to jump on this woman because her friend Sapphire was trying to pull her back. She was like, so you text my phone talking about Mariah Lynn, da-da-da-da-da. And here go Mariah Lynn looking fucking crazy. You text my phone talking about Mariah Lynn. Like, what did you want me to do with that information? Like, did you want smoke? Because when you texting somebody's phone, saying something about their friend, if that was her friend, then it would have been like, okay, bitch, do you want me to come get this chain or what? Do you want smoke? Like, do you want to fight? So even Tasiki was like, Tasiki had said, and I was looking at Tasiki a little sideways too. Tasiki was like, Rollie's just saying what everybody was thinking, you know? And she kind of like started mocking how she talks or whatever. And I'm sorry, I just thought that was fake. I thought that was fake. I feel like this whole scene was fucked up. The way Smiley and Tasiki be sitting there I can't even fucking talk. The way Smiley and Tasiki be sitting there kicking it seemed like they was the closest ones in the motherfucking house. And you telling me that you can come to me and tell me, or come to me and ask me about my situation if you really felt that strongly. This has been 3 episodes in where everybody has been saying that they don't believe her. Y'all are just now coming and asking her about the situation. My thing is, she said she had a miscarriage. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep it moving. That is her body. That is her life. If she's sitting there lying, that's on her. What do this have to do with y'all? How does this affect y'all personally in y'all's life? That y'all had to sit here and come at this girl about a miscarriage. What if she is telling the truth? What if this girl is telling the truth? Then what? Then what? Y'all gonna be looking like some stupid ass hoes that y'all already look like. What does it matter? I just do not understand. This girl might have I've heard people say maybe she had an abortion. This girl might have popped an abortion pill. She might have, and just said she had a miscarriage. Why does it matter? Why does it matter? So, they just grilling this girl, talking about, you said you had a lot of blood and all this stuff. They just was saying a whole lot, and it was really Rollie that was saying, and then some people was backing her off to the side. So Suki, like I said, comes up to her and is asking her, like, did you want smoke? Do you want smoke? Like, I really didn't understand Suki that much either. It's just like, okay, first, she said she's going to handle it on the back end. First, that's what she said. Then she turned around and came at her like that and was yelling at her in her face. And you could tell she just didn't, she was sitting there. She didn't want no smoke. She didn't want no issues. Why is it that serious? Now, she sat there and said that her friends text her from the phone, text Suki from her phone. It wasn't her that texted her from the phone. Do I believe that part? No, I do not believe that part. I do believe that she probably was the one that texted. Maybe it was her friends that text. We don't know. We don't fucking know. Why is it such a big deal? Why is it such a big deal? She said she didn't know who this Red Rose person was that texted her. She don't know what she's talking about. I just don't understand why it had to escalate so high because of that situation. Why did it have to escalate so high? Tasiki over here backing her like, bitch, I thought you were supposed to be cool with me. None of these girls is your friends, Mally. None of them are. They all was wrong for sitting there. So they start talking about the chain and stuff like that, and then they calling her a bully because she took the chain from Mariah Lynn. Now she's a bully. But y'all hoes is all bullies though. Suki talking about she not a bully, but girl, you are a bully. You are a bully, honey. That's how y'all acted on this episode, especially your wretched ass friend. So they asked her, didn't you take this? Rollie said, no, I think Sapphire said, did you take the chain and press it down into a ring or something like that? And Smiley said, no. So here goes Rollie. She's like, you liar. Flicks water at this girl in her face. I'm just like, so we getting beat up now because we're liars. So we getting beat up now. So everybody that lies deserves to get beat up because all of y'all hoes on this show are liars. Y'all be fronting on Instagram, acting like y'all really, what Natalie said she was worth, I don't know how many millions of dollars. That shit was not true. All of y'all are liars. So at this point, everybody that lies deserves to get their ass beat. Deserves to get water flung in their face. So at this point, Smiley's like, okay, bitch. Like, she starts taking off her jacket. And so here goes Mariah out of nowhere, starts hitting on this girl in her face. Mariah, you are a weak ass bitch. You are weak as hell. You let these women hype your head up so hard to the point where you decided to fight this girl. And she might have really just had a fucking miscarriage. She might have really just had a miscarriage, bro. So they fight. Mariah maybe hit her once or twice, child. I don't even know. But the girl ended up in the couch and Smiley was on top of her ass. I left something out. Okay, my bad. Let me go back. They talk about the bite with Rollie and how Rollie says on my kids, that's not true. I personally don't believe that Rollie bit her. I don't believe that Rollie bit her. That bite was about this big. It was like this long. What kind of bite is that, y'all? What kind of bite is that? Did she bite her twice? I don't think that she bit her. I think it was a scratch from them fighting, but I don't think that she bit her. Because I think that because Rollie sat there and said, "You bit yourself," I think that everybody was like, "Oh, it's a bite mark." I think they just kind of ran with the bite thing. I don't think Rollie sat there and bit that girl. I don't believe that that's what happened. She would have to have some big ass bite, big ass teeth. That would be a freaking animal bite that long. Come on now, y'all. Anyway, so let me go back. So after Natalienunn had fought Smiley, Smiley walks into the kitchen and she's like, "Bro, I just had a fucking miscarriage." And she walks to the kitchen and she's like bending down like she might be hurting or in pain. So the whole time she's in the kitchen, these girls are telling her, "Go get your chain back. Bitch, go get your chain." They yelling in her face, "Go get your shit back. Go get your chain back. Go." They just all up in her face, bro, hyping her up. They just all in her face, hyping her up. Like, you could tell Natalienunn didn't want to fight again. At that point, she was pointing out something on her hand or something. You could tell Natalienunn didn't even want it at that point. It was just like, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all so concerned about her chain? Even Scotty back there, "Go get your chain back," looking ass bitch. Girl, be quiet. I don't even understand. So Natalienunn is feeling so pressured by everybody. She's like, "Well, shit, let me go ahead and go get my go get the chain back." She had enough time to snatch her chain off. So she goes back into the kitchen and then she starts hitting on, actually you could see Smiley being like, I don't really want. And she just starts hitting on the girl from the back. In the back of her head, her nose is bleeding. I see her nose bleeding. And she's pulling on her hair, hitting her from the back of the head. And then that's the end of the show. These girls are bullies. They are just, to me, horrible. I'm sitting here looking at Tasiki. I'm sitting here looking at Camilla. I'm sitting here looking at Anna Mac. Who else? Sky. I'm sitting here looking at all them bitches crazy because y'all sitting over here letting this girl get jumped. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. And Suki and Sapphire, on the next on, we see Sapphire on this girl's neck choking her out while Natalienunn is in the front hitting her. What are y'all doing? This is a jump. Y'all are jumping this girl. At this point, this is the jump. Suki and Sapphire, y'all sitting over talking about y'all don't jump people. Y'all not doing no bullying shit. That's exactly what y'all did to Smiley. And y'all sat there and jumped her. Why are you hitting her? Why are you holding her by her neck while Natalienunn is hitting her? Where did you even come from? I didn't even know y'all had beef. Because she did say that she had an issue with somebody in the house that she wanted to address. We didn't hear who that somebody was. We didn't hear the issue. So why are you holding her from the neck while she beating her up? They jumping. Point blank period. They jumping. So Smiley, another scene that happened on next on, or what's coming up next, is Smiley gets off the bus and they having like a meeting in the front of the house. And Smiley's sitting there saying, "I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight." And these girls are trying to force her to fight. Natalie sat there and told her, "If you don't fight, then you can just go. You can just leave if you're not going to fight, because it's going to be up every day." I'm just like, so if you don't want to fight on this show, you got to go home? Is that what I'm getting? If I don't want to fight, I have to leave. That's the type of time that we on. It's just fucked up, bro. It's just fucked up to me. It's really fucked up how they did Smiley. I didn't like that shit. I didn't like how they did T, but how they did Smiley, That was really, really fucked up to me. That was the worst that they have done. Because what if that girl really had a miscarriage? Y'all don't have any concrete evidence, any concrete. All you got is the he say, she say. Y'all wasn't there. Automatic sitting there talking about, if you don't have no discharge papers, then you lying. I'm with Rollie. Like, you lying if you don't have no discharge papers. The girl said she did. The girl never said she didn't have any discharge papers. She said that her discharge papers was in the van or the truck or whatever. So, automatic. When did you hear she said she didn't have no discharge papers? And why do I have to show you hoes that I just got discharged from the hospital? This is just out of line to me. Like, this is out of line. I think production shouldn't even let them take it this far with this situation as far as the miscarriage. Because if it's real, y'all are fucked up individuals. Y'all are fucked up individuals, period. But if it's real, then what? Then what? And like I said, they sat there and let that girl get jumped on. Her friends, quote, quote, Tasiki, Camilla, we know she ain't about to do shit, honey. She don't want to get in no fight. She just in the background, honey. At this point, Camilla, girl, you might as well just go off the show. Because I be forgetting that you there. I be forgetting that you there. That was fucked up, bro. That was really fucked up. And they really making me not want to watch this show anymore because I really don't like that bullying shit amongst grown-ass women. Grown-ass women. Suki was saying how she wasn't going to hit her because this is a woman. This is a lady. I'm not going to hit her. But I promise you, whenever Mariah Lynn and her was fighting on that couch, I saw Suki, like, getting pretty damn close to the fight, saying something, and her friend pulled her back. So it's really just giving hypocritical to me at this point. And I don't like this. I don't like this at all. They was wrong as fuck for how they did Smiley. So that's just my thoughts on it, y'all. That was Baddies Ease. Thanks for watching, y'all.